I learned a lot in Japan. The first I learned about the Numada field guide. I learned a lot, and from the Numada field guide, I adopt that field guide from Japan and adapt to Malaysian context. That is the most very great experience I learned from Japan. And last, I observe whatever in Japan, I can learn two things. The first is structural governance, and second is operational mindset. That is the most value, experience, knowledge I learned from Japan. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. I learned a lot from this training. The first, from zero to hero. First, from nothing to everything. Yeah. If not now, when? If not me, who? So this great opportunity, Malaysian government sent me here to learn a lot, and I can say that I learned two things just now. First is structural governance, and second is operational mindset. That's two combination of the governance and also the operational mindset can blend together to make sure that Malaysian disaster management will improve in future. Thank you.
Okay, my most memorable experience was the integrated disaster estimation exercise at DMTC. It's brought up together the aspect of early warning system, evacuation planning, emergency operation, center coordination, as well as post-disaster recovery in continuous scenario. This is the most my memorable experience. Okay, basically, the training shifted my perspective from reacting to disaster toward to risk reduction and preparedness and standard procedure. I learned how to make a clear guideline, especially for my local country in the district level, because we have a national framework, but it's too general. So in Japan, as far I know, they are encouraged a local community or resident to make their own DMP. So, but in Malaysia, they also encourage, but it's not stated in illegal. So, who have the DMP is so-called they know how to handle their disaster in their place, local place.
Okay, I've spent 5 months in Japan and went into 38 visits and more than 40 lectures. So basically, the most impactful lectures was, like I mentioned before, during the Professor Maguru class regarding the comprehensive disaster management. He actually opened up my mind about how seriousness this task of saving lives of the community and protect our nation. So the importance of resilient committee is important. So I had that valuable lesson from him, from the lecture. And about the visit, it's actually the most interested visit was Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. I actually interested in that visit due to the previous lecture given by Hiroshi's son, the ex-CEO of TEPCO. He's a great leader, and thank you. I hope I can meet you again somewhere in the future. Yeah, I think that's the lecture and also the visit of Fukushima Daiichi is the most memorable things for me. Okay, for serious purpose of disaster management, actually, it's opened up my mind about the importance of resilient community. And compared to Malaysia, Malaysia is a bit lucky because we are not the disaster prone country compared to Japan. So Japan, we came here to learn from Japan, and it's a great country to learn from because of the nature of Japan that have to face a lot of kind of disaster, natural disaster, and also the human-induced disaster. So, beside of I learned about this 3 Jijo, Kyojo, and also Kojo philosophy, and not to forget, I also learned how to ski here in Japan. That was very nice experience and memorable memories that I won't forget. Thank you.
First, there are two for me.
Yeah.
I think the first one is from Professor Mengoro. So he teaches us about fundamental of disaster management in Malaysia because he is one of the member of the cabinet office. So he teaches the white paper of disaster management in Japan. So I think that's the fundamental that we learn. Then the second one is from ex-TEPCO president, Mr. Hirose. He learns because we know that the nuclear disaster happened here in Japan, Fukushima Daiichi. And then he explained to us why Japan still need nuclear power plants to generate energy to the Japan. So I think that's the most memorable thing class for me. Yes, of course. The first is the knowledge, the sharing knowledge from the Japanese counterparts. I think the best one is when we visit Kobe, as I mentioned in my presentation. When we visit Kobe, okay.
Yeah.
When we visit Kobe, we learn about the Great Hanshin Awaji earthquake happened in Kobe, and then we know that's the earthquake, the most affected earthquake is alongside the Nojima Fault. So that's come my capstone projects. I want to map the fault zones for the prevention before the earthquake happened in our country. I think that's it.
For me, the most memorable session or class is during the visit to Kobe, to the Awaji Earth Museum and the Hanshin Expressway Museum. Because for me, as I'm geologist, I can see the fault line and then how the devastation of 1995,
Yes.
right? The great Hanshin Awaji earthquake. So that's the way how Japan commemorate the event and how they pass the experience, the knowledge, the sorrowful event to the next generation. I think about the concept of build back better. And another one is, how about I'm really impressed with Japan. Every disaster occurs, sometimes they record everything.
Yes.
And then they build maybe local museum just to pass the experience to the next generation.
Yes.
That's really interesting and very great for me.
Okay, for the memorable experience is, of course, because I am from Department of Atomic Energy. My most memorable experience is my visit to Fukushima, because this is my first time. That's my first time visiting Japan, actually also. So from there I can see how the aftermath of the disaster towards Fukushima, and then I also feel very honored or very blessed to have visited the museum, the Fukushima Museum Awareness Facility. And then other than that, I also like that I am able to visit the Hanshin Awaji Earthquake Museum, because although it is more on geological element, but still because whenever you work with nuclear power plant or radioactive materials, it has some effects or some connection to the geology. Okay, I think that's the most memorable, other than the other memorable experience I have in Japan. Yes, I find many benefits from Japan, because Japan has much experience. Japan is much battle hardened from the disasters that Japan has gone through. So, and also Japan itself has experienced nuclear disaster due to Fukushima. So I think it is very much benefit to me, because the Great East Japan earthquake is a natural hazard that has consequence to nuclear disaster. So I think I've learned a lot from Japan on how Japan managed to effectively manage the disaster, because what I think what Japan do good is Fukushima Daiichi has no death directly related from the disaster.
For me, during my 5 months in Japan, the most exciting for me is the site visit to Fukushima Daiichi, as I work for the Department of Atomic Energy. So Fukushima Daiichi gave me a more first-hand experience how to manage the disaster, and also in terms of the vehicle, and also I can see the real thing, what is happening, what the government is doing, what the people is doing, how they suffer from it, and it's a very good experience. Other than the class, then you just see the photo, but instead here you can see the actual thing. Yeah, there's a lifetime experience for me. Yeah. Actually, the biggest benefit that I gain in this training is actually cannot be learned in the classroom, but the networking that you build along the 5 months with my colleagues, especially among Malaysian, even though they are Malaysian, but we are strangers at first. But now we have a stronger bond together. And also with our sensei, like Hikita Numada sensei, and also with other colleagues, we make new friends. That networking, you cannot, if you don't come here, then you cannot get the networking itself. And also the Japanese culture itself. And the Japanese is a very, what I call, beautiful country, very scenic view. I went to a lot of places like Nagano, Kusatsu, and also the iconic, Mount Fuji is very good, Sugoi. Arigatou gozaimasu.
My most memorable experience is when we visit at Honjo Life Prevention Center. We experienced the earthquake simulator. So because we in Malaysia we don't have a big earthquake, so I never experienced it. I feel very scared. So I could imagine how Japan people experience that kind of disaster. So how Japan build advanced technology to protect their self and their people. The biggest benefit is that I learned that most of the companies here always use the GIS and satellite data and adapt to their working life, especially using the GIS and they are prepared the hazard and risk map for the future. Yes.
My most memorable experience was to visit the Hojo life training. And we got to see how a well-organized disaster management system work in practice. And the simulation very engaging. And the most exciting part was when we had to have a chance to operate mini excavator, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
And which give us hands-on understanding to how to equipment how to operate the mini excavator. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The biggest benefit that I gained from this training is I have to meet and get opportunity to meet and work with very important and great ideal people in this university. And
okay, thank you for your question. First of all, the most memorable experience or visit in Japan conducted by DMTC for me is visit to Kobe. When we visit the Awajin Hanshin Earthquake Museum, it is a quite interesting place and preserved place that shown to the next generation about the earthquake, about the disaster happen, and it is a good exposure to the next generation to learn and also relearn how to mitigate, how to prevent this disaster happen. And then another one is because I'm in education sector, so I'm looking forward and I'm interested to share about the Micro High School and how the student there, how the teachers and staff there conducted the program under disaster management. So it is also a good exposure for Japanese to learn early about the disaster. Okay, the biggest benefit that I'm gained here basically firstly about their management. The MTC conducted a very well organized management in order to fulfill our capstone project. And then the second one is about the visit that been planned to Kobe, to Osaka, and also to Shirahama. So it is a good exposure for me and our team to learn about your culture and also how they mitigate the disaster. And then the third one, the networking here is also good for us to share knowledge, share experience to other DMTC member and all the Japanese member. Okay.
Okay, my memorable class and experience take the examination of a disaster management specialist, grades from grade C and grade B, but I not reach grade A yet. Okay, the biggest benefit from this training, it strengthened my professional perspective on disaster management.
Okay, I will divide into two memorable.
Yeah.
The first one is the serious memorable moment is when we visit the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. Okay, we have the opportunity to really go inside the power plant and see and observe what Japanese have done to mitigate, to continue the disaster preparedness. Okay? And for number 2 is the best or fun, memorable, is when we driving the excavator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we experience ourselves. We have a lot of laugh. We cheer each other to learn how to control the excavators.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, the biggest benefit I would say is the knowledge and experience I gained from Japan. And I will bring back this knowledge and experience to Malaysia, and I will try to share and try to adapt what the best practice that Japanese have teach me, and together we will cooperate and to make some accord with each other.
So for the 5 months in Japan, the most memorable and experience class is I learned about Japanese culture. I learned about the importance of the disaster management from an experienced person such as Professor Nomada, and all the lecturers was sharing good knowledge for me for disaster, because Japanese is a prone disaster country. So Japan have a lot of experience regarding disaster, and then that is the most important thing, because Malaysia is not a prone disaster country. We are facing some disaster but only minor, so we learn from the experienced person in Japan. So what I have gained from this training is the accreditation that University of Tokyo and DMTC giving to Malaysian government, that accredited us as a disaster management specialist. That is the important thing that we gain from this program. Thank you very much, DMTC and University of Tokyo.
So actually, during my visit to NID in Scuba, so at the time, I can learn some very good innovations by the Japanese or the Japan's Institute on developing disaster resilience tools. So, and some innovation which I might replicate back in Malaysia. Yeah. So actually, I'm quite impressed by the Japan's, because you are good in not only by creating the disaster resilience community, but also you guys very committed on to develop a disaster resilience infrastructure. So based on that, learning from that, that's why I proposed my project to develop a seismic monitoring in my dams back in Malaysia, to replicate that I can develop disaster resilience infrastructure, especially dams in Malaysia.
Okay, from this learning process, the most memorable places or site visit is in Kobe, right? In Kobe, we have a visiting to the earthquake museum, 2 places. I think Awaji Arts Museum, okay, and then Hanshin's Express Museum. So from that visit, I saw the what happens in the Kobe areas, and then the readiness for the Kobe from the what they have facing to the earthquake, then how Kobe areas prepare for the next or disaster happen in future. Alright, and then the second one is TEPCO areas, TEPCO visit to the TEPCO HQ. So it's more related to my job as a critical infrastructure. So I can learn how the TEPCO prepare for the disaster, OEC, everything in place because they have experience for the Fukushima tsunami happened in Fukushima, Daiichi plant. Okay. Okay, the biggest benefit is firstly is about the preparedness. What government Japan have done to make sure when there is a disaster occur in Japan, because as we know, Japan is the most disasters occur, and then how government, Japan's government, to be prepared, make sure when disaster occur, so your Japanese people, Japanese agencies, company can be facing to the disaster, and then from that we can bring back to Malaysia what we must improve from the preparedness on the Malaysia's disaster management.
Okay, during 5 months here in Japan, especially in the city of Tokyo, during the class, I think the most memorable is when the practice in having the excavator learning. It's quite easy, but somehow my friends quite cheer me up, so I get nervous. So I think there's something I need to go back and do that again. So it's in the formal time, but for me in Japan, if I have the opportunity to come here, I would like to go to Kamakura for the 5th time. I already go there for 3 or 4 times. I love the ambience here, there. So I think I will promote Kamakura to all my friends in Malaysia. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, the biggest thing I get from the training is how Japan is prepared for the disaster. Unlike Malaysia, my friend just present just now, we only most of us only focus during when the disaster happened. So we need to have something from Japan in preparedness to bring back to Malaysia. Okay, that's all.
Alright, in Japan, I have a lot of memorable experience, which is I compiled in this journal. I call it the journal is a comprehensive learning journey about disaster management in Japan. But for my personal, I was very memorable in the visit in Japan, Yokohama, Japan fire department, and also Hyogo Safety Learning Center is very good to educate public around Japan, right? Alright, I am a firefighter. Normally the nature of work in a firefighter, we are working in a response phase in a disaster management cycle. But learning here, it makes it complete the disaster management cycle, which is we also go to the mitigation phase, response phase, preparedness phase, and also recovery phase. Alright, it makes it complete out. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, being in Japan is very most memorable moment for me. Not only in the education part, but the whole country, as from the people to the food to the culture, and also what we learn in DMTC in disaster management. That is my memorable moments, and especially specifically this the visit to Fukushima Daiichi to see the place where tsunami happened, and also to see how Japan rise back to especially TEPCO, to rise back to develop and also to fulfill the Tokyo people for electricity. That's my memorable moment. Okay. One of the best thing that I have gained from this training is the knowledge and skill in facing disaster, especially because of the scenario of the world today, climate change and also unpredictable weather. So this is good preparation for me and to help my country, Malaysia, to prepare it as well. Thank you.
I think having been to Japan before this for some training and coming here now for this 5 months training, what I really appreciate is the visit to Honjo disaster prevention site, because that shows that disaster preparedness is for everyone, and everyone is welcome to receive the training, which in turn will help in a better response when disasters strike, where people know how to help themselves, people are equipped with the knowledge, not just theoretical knowledge, but they are also being given practical knowledge to learn how to rescue themselves and save themselves while waiting for assistance to come. Okay, I think it's the same as well with relation to Honjo Disaster Prevention Learning Center. What I gain is a lot about the resilience of the community. I mean, the people here, when you talk about disaster, people here have a high knowledge about what disaster is, what they should do. It's everywhere. Everywhere that I go, I see a lot of disaster education and knowledge being given to the public. Even in the toilet, in the rest area, in the highway, you can see disaster prevention. Even when you come out from the subway station, there are posters about disaster prevention. So I think it's very good that we create awareness to everyone, even not only for the local Japanese, but also for foreigners. That's what we see.